Next guest, former University of Alabama baseball player, now part of the Oakland Athletics organization, Cobie Fletcher-Vance is with us. Good morning, Cobie. How are you?
I'm well. How you doing?
Great. Good to have you on, man. We got a lot to cover. There's a lot going on, obviously, for baseball players and all of us. Before we get into where you're at right now, you had a great career at the University of Alabama. I know that, the team didn't win as many games as you would have liked, and there was a lot of, changes during your time with the program. But you were an outstanding player, and I know you had a great experience at the University of Alabama. Tell us about your time at Bama and your time playing baseball there with the Crimson Tide.
Well, first off, I appreciate it. That was my biggest thing, was just coming out every day and playing hard. So when I get praise like that, I really appreciate it. It was a time of my life, though. Just, something I never knew that would happen. Growing up, I was a Florida fan, to be honest. And I really never guessed that I would play at University of Alabama. And it was just a lot different. It was just a lot different. Like you said, we had different circumstances than most, student athletes have. And day in and day out, it was the most fun I've ever had. So on that note, I really got to. I don't know what you want me to just talk about more.
Yeah, I'll just ask you questions. I'll lead you through the interview, Cobie. And as I said, the team didn't win a ton of games, but I covered that team. I watched that team, and the thing that you could see, regardless of coaching changes and roster changes, you guys had fun playing the game. I know that you didn't win, like I said, as many games as you would have liked, but those teams had some fun, didn't they?
Yes, sir. We did. We cared about each other. That was the biggest thing. We're a close-knit group of guys that in the 3 years that I was there, we really had each other's back. We really wanted to win. We had a will to win. Like you said, it didn't work out as much as we wanted to, but we definitely had a will to win and try to make strides that way. And we really had each other's back. So it made playing side by side with those group of guys a lot easier.
Cobie Fletcher-Vance, former Alabama infielder with us, now part of the Oakland Athletics organization. And let's get up to speed with where we're at now. No baseball so far this year. Teams went to spring training. The pandemic hit, and baseball was suspended. Now here you are in an organization that says, I guess yesterday, from what I've read, was the final day that they're going to pay their minor league players. Not only are you trying to, improve as a baseball player, make it to the big leagues, now you're dealing with this, and now are you guys not even going to be paid anymore? What's the current status with you and the Oakland Athletics organization?
I'm still under contract with them, but yeah, they've come out and said during this they won't be paying us, and it's just their decision, and I understand completely. It's a business. It's not something that I'm happy that it's happening, because everybody wants to be paid, but it's just for the meantime, trying to stand by and stay ready, support our organization, because it's a great organization. It's a great organization to play for. Great people, so I know it won't be as long as it may seem,
I hope not. I hope we can get back to playing some baseball. You were an 18th round pick in 2018. What is your status in the organization before the pandemic? I think, and again, you correct me if I'm wrong, that you were going to be playing for the Beloit Snappers this year in the Midwest League Class A. Is that where you, or would you have been Double A? Where do you think you would have been this season with that organization?
I was shooting for Stockton, which was the Class A affiliate, high A. It was a high A affiliate.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends on how spring training went and whatnot. I'm on the roster for Beloit now. It's just the roster, but I was shooting for Stockton.
Sure. What are you doing in terms of? I mean, again, this is for all minor leaguers who are trying to get to the big leagues at some point in their career. That's the goal. This is an incredible setback in just terms of your baseball development. How are you? What are you doing to stay sharp and improve as a baseball player when you can't play baseball?
It's gonna be weird, but I play a lot of video game MLB The Show. Honestly, just trying to keep my baseball mind.
Right.
Obviously I'm not managing a game like I do on the video game and stuff, but just going first or third on hits and just little things that I would do in real life, trying to equate it to a game. Like I said, it's different, but just doing that. I talk baseball every day. Call each other and talk with guys around my hometown, and we work out. We work out together and do stuff like ground balls, hitting when we can. So just continuing to talk the game. Be mindful that it is going to come back eventually, and that we have to be ready. It helps us stay as sharp as we can.
You're from Fayetteville, North Carolina. At least that's your hometown is listed as Fayetteville. Are you living there now? Where are you at currently, Cobie?
Yes, sir. I'm in Fayetteville.
All right, let's get to the topic that is the major topic in our country right now, and that is the civil unrest following the tragic death this past Monday of George Floyd at the hands of a Minneapolis, Minnesota police officer. It was caught on video. He put his knee on his neck and didn't let him up, and the man passed away. That has led to protests, which in some cases have led to rioting. I know right there in your hometown there have been some protests that have turned violent to some degree. I know you're an African American. This is a difficult topic for all of us, but how are you dealing with all of this? You're not able to play baseball. Your hometown has had some rioting. You're certainly sensitive to these issues. What's it like right now for you? I can't put myself in your shoes, so I just want to ask you the question. How are you dealing with all this?
Honestly, I'm keeping my heart open that good will come from it. That's honestly seeing my hometown how it has been isn't my happiest I've been. And I don't think, in some ways, I do believe the people that are rioting and stuff are going about it the right way. I don't believe they're going about it the right way completely. And I'm not a know-it-all. I don't think anybody knows the right way to go about certain topics. But to me, burning down or attempting to burn down historical monuments that we have and stuff like that, whether the connotation of those monuments are good or bad, just isn't the right way to do it, to me, personally. Some people feel more strongly about those monuments than I do, and I completely stand with what they're doing and understand what's going on. But for me personally, it kind of hurt to see. But I'm like I said, I'm keeping my heart open that good will come. For me, it's more about having conversations with people, of all colors, because people, African Americans, can be just as, misinformed about everything as whites and others, And
yeah, I do, and I think,
and the stigma is that people don't understand people of color, but if everyone doesn't understand, if that those conversations aren't being had, then the whole thing would just keep repeating itself. The whole thing.
Yeah.
If we gotta have the conversations as a whole with everybody, and not just assume that everyone understands or knows what's going on. And that's my biggest thing, man. Just trying to have conversations and accept the support of everyone who's trying to understand. Like you said, you can't be in my shoes, but asking the questions to try to get as close to being in my shoes as you can. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's what I'm trying to just get people to kind of see.
Well, I like what you said about keeping your heart open. I think that's something all of us can do. We can just look into our heart and understand that we're all in this together. We're all part of the human race. All right, one final baseball question as we're wrapping up with Cobie Fletcher-Vance, former Alabama infielder, now in the Oakland Athletics organization. I've talked to some other minor league players that have said, I'm going to get a job. I'm going to give up my baseball dream. There's a very good possibility we may not have baseball. Well, obviously, won't in the minor leagues. May not have Major League Baseball at all this year. I know you're still young in your career. What are your thoughts? Are you still committed to staying in baseball as long as you can, or have you entertained the idea that maybe you'll look at doing something else? Where does your future stand in regards to baseball?
I think I've decided to play as long as I can for years now. It's been 5, 6 years that I told myself no matter what, I'll play until I just can't anymore. And it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. And my circumstances, I'm lucky and blessed and fortunate enough to had this setback of not being able to be paid and stuff. My parents are awesome. They let me stay at home for free, and my mom feeds me every night. They're really hooking it up. And I'm super thankful. Where I don't necessarily need to get a job. And I'm lucky. Because I wouldn't say most, but some people are not in the same boat as me. And honestly, that for me, it's. I can't thank my parents enough, for that, allowing me to just chase my dreams, like you said, chase my dreams. And so to summarize, it's really, man, I'm playing as long as I can, and whatever happens after, we'll have planned out.
You're a ball player. I know that much. Hey, Cobie, we appreciate the time, and maybe we can visit with you again in the future. Thank you so much.
No doubt. Thank you.
All right, Cobie. Yes, sir. Roll Tide. Cobie Fletcher-Vance with us.